right, Sam.
You in?
sorry.
All right, cool.
I'm in.
All right.
Yep, I'm
Welcome to the Take 5 podcast. Today's topic is top 5 Kiss songs. We have a very special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Very special and massive Kiss fan myself. I'm Spade from the Midnight Devils, lead singer and bass player, and all-around Kiss nerd.
Awesome. I'm Aaron Action.
I'm Trex Nasty.
And I'm Johnny Skulls.
Trex, you have any opening statements or anything?
Well, sorry, Sam, but this is not one of my favorite bands, but I do have a few songs. Like, if our other guy was on here, he'd be dogging me right now.
All right, Sam, what you got for number 5?
My number 5 is it's a great one, a deep cut, Ladies' Room.
Ooh.
I don't even know that.
I know.
Yeah.
Rick,
That's awesome. Yeah. What album is that off of?
I believe it's off Dress to Kill.
Oh, right on.
And they just re-released. They didn't re-release, but it was just discovered a long lost video footage of Kiss in 1977 playing at the Budokan in Tokyo, right? And that was I got sucked into like watching an hour of this live performance. And Ladies' Room was on there. I'm like, man, they're playing Ladies' Room. This is incredible.
That's awesome. All right, John, what'd you have for number 5?
My number 5, Love It Loud, off Creatures of the Night, 1982. I just felt like that song was speaking straight to me and stuff because that type of music I listen to, like death metal and speed metal and stuff like that. So I just felt like that song just spoke to me.
That's all. Hey, by the way, Sam, John's our like death metal, like thrash metal fan. Trex is more into that 80s glam, and I'm a cross between like Ramones and Faster Pussycat, glam and the punk. That's my John.
And Ashley Simpson.
Yeah, I like pop music. I listen to Good Charlotte, so I listen to everything. But but Ramones and Faster Pussycat, that's like the style that I'm into, really.
Yeah, don't hold him against that Good Charlotte.
You like Good Charlotte? Shut up.
Hey, I'm a DJ at a club, and that's what I do in my off time. I'm telling you right now that the pop punk music still kills a crowd every night. Every night, Good Charlotte, I play it. The anthem,
See,
kills.
See, Trex. You're the only one, and you like. I made him go see him a while back.
Yeah, he took me.
He's a closet fan. Fan.
When he was there, he goes, "Man, they're heavy live." Yeah. But then now he tells everybody like, "Oh, I was forced to go," but he enjoyed it. But anyway, Trex, what was your number 5?
Crazy, Crazy Nights off of Crazy Nights, 1987.
Very good.
I like that song. I like the hook in it, and I like the catchiness of it. And that's about all I got.
All right, my number 5, Who Wants to Be Lonely, off of Asylum, 1985.
Whoa, deep cut.
Yeah, I love that song. It's real melodic. It's good stuff.
Yeah. I love it.
Sam and Jeff for number 4.
Number 4, I'm just rattling them off the top of my head. The first one that really hooked me in. Now there's 2. We'll go with the first Kiss song I ever heard, Detroit Rock City.
Oh yeah,
that was the one that did it for me, knocked me over the edge. I went
right on. All right, John, what'd you have for number 4?
Number 4, Psycho Circus, off the 1998 debut album, Psycho Circus.
See, I was going to pick it.
That is a good song.
So good.
I think it's like them talking about themselves and stuff.
It was the first Kiss album that I bought was Psycho Circus, the first full length. And
wow.
at that time it was really weird, and it being like a younger kid, like 16, Psycho Circus was very dark and graphic, so it kind of scared me to listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my sister got me into listening to Kiss. That's how I got into listening to rock, off their first album, Rock and Roll Over.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it got me started at. Same year.
Got the Rock and Roll Over.
Oh,
Oh,
sweet.
nice.
Got tattooed.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
I'd get it.
Love that.
All right, Trex, what'd you have for number 4?
Their ballot forever off of Hot in the Shade, 1989.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. I do like ballads, so even Kiss got a few
Yeah.
ballads that are good.
Probably one of their
My
best
number-
ballads.
Yeah. All right, my number 4. This might surprise some people. You Make Me Rock Hard off of Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits, 1988.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Our drummer Jimmy, it's his favorite one. He
Really?
he loves Let's Put the X in Sex and
Yeah,
Rock
that's on
Hard,
my list.
and he'll tell everybody that.
A lot of people are like, oh, that was horrible. I think it's a good song, man. Like, it's
You make me rock hard, baby, all night.
yeah, it's catchy. All right, what'd you have for number 3?
My number 3 coming in is going to be off the first record, one that we do live almost every night as like our sound check, but it's Strutter.
Oh, my
right
God,
on.
that's my
That's a good
number
song.
one. That was my number one.
Yep. Something
that-
about that. And I really, what I did over the quarantine is I set out to, because when nobody's playing shows, so we had a lot of time to sit around and practice. I sat around and learned all of the bass lines all the way up to I think Dynasty, off every song off every album, all the way up to Dynasty. And all I got out of it is I go, man, Gene's a really good bass player, underrated bass player.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Sure.
You know, next time you come to town, I'm going to request that song since I know you play it.
Well, why don't you just come early and you can come and watch sound check?
If they let us in,
Yeah, they let us in.
Yeah, I got it. I'll take care of it.
all right.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like when you guys, even if you guys are like Cleveland or something, we're going to try to come see you guys. You know,
You got a permanent VIP guest list.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Man,
Thank you.
appreciate that.
That's a lifelong thing. Yeah.
Sweet. You got a lifelong VIP on our show too. Like anytime you want to jump
Perfect.
in, you are welcome.
Yeah,
I'll get
told
some,
him
like,
time.
I'll get some Midnight Devils like metal cards that you can just present, you know, like have in your wallet, like they do at the strip club, and be like, I got
Yeah, no doubt.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I already told him he'd come on anytime he wants, man. Like he was
Yeah.
bored on a Thursday, before he
Yeah,
goes to
sounds
the
good.
strip joint, he can hang out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right, John, what'd you have for number 3?
Number 3, Love Gun. We all know what that's talking about.
Ooh.
Yeah. That was off
Yeah.
their 1977 debut.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
that's a good record. Yeah, good song.
And I liked how the album, you take it and it turns into a gun.
Yes. It was
That's what
the
was-
height of the Kiss popularity, the mania. That was when they were at the top of the game.
Yep.
That was what was good with records. They had gimmicks whenever you bought them. Like you didn't just buy the music, the records, the covers and everything was something. Like Alice Cooper is one of my favorites. And like
Yeah.
they're from the inside, it was like you could slide doors open and see Alice and see all the inmates. Like records were amazing.
Yeah, 2 of my favorite album covers of all time was Motley Crue Shot the Devil, where it opened up. When
Mhm.
I first got into them and seen them, I'm like, man, these are the hottest girls I've ever seen in my life. Even the one, they got no boobs, but
I got one right here that's sealed still.
really
Shout out the Devil sealed. Yeah.
nice.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And Queen News of the World was a pretty amazing album cover too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always loved that. All right, Trace, what'd you have for number 3?
All Hell's Breaking Loose from Lick It Up, 1983.
That's one of those.
What was you saying?
Oh, that's one of those they'll play on like Sirius XM or something, like late night. You're
Yeah.
driving in your car and you're not expecting it. All hell's breaking loose. Next thing you're going like 90 miles an hour. It's an awesome song.
It's kind of funny though, because I kind of consider it their rap song because he kind of raps in it, like the
Yeah.
way he narrates it.
Yeah, way singing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my number 3, Hard Luck Woman, Rock and Roll All Over, 1976. I love
Ooh.
Peter Chris's voice, man. Like, I think he's an underrated singer.
He's a fantastic singer, great song, and a shout out to like a manager of ours. Her name's Rosie, but she has Hard Luck Woman tattooed on her knuckles.
Oh,
Nice.
And I'm like, Rosie, I think I'm in love with you. This is incredible.
No doubt.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, Sam, what'd you have for number 2?
Number 2, we're clocking in at number 2. Now you make me think deep here. Like, what are the songs, the go-to songs? And I could do this all night long. Like, really, this is easy, easy pickings. Let's see, the one that I love. Let's go with another one off the first record, but Let Me Go Rock and Roll.
Ooh.
I don't know that one either.
It's a
Yeah.
good one. They played it in the beginning, and now they started playing it again. It is the G. I believe Peter Criss originally sang it.
Oh, right on.
roll. But
I'll have to check it out.
But I think it's a Gene song, and I was watching it the other night, like a live video, and I'm just like, I know how intricate these bass parts are. How is he playing these bass parts, singing it, and doing those massive jumps all at the same time? Like, it just don't. The brilliance of it, is so intricate to me. And
It's funny. I was thinking the same thing of you when you were in the
Yeah,
audience
you
jumping
did.
around playing.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like,
Amazing jump.
how's he doing that? Well, we've done the band thing, and and it's hard to like sing and play an instrument at the same
Yeah.
time. It's hard.
It's difficult. So my hat's off. Like I always say it, I'll be the biggest champion for Gene Simmons as one of the best bass players out there. Nobody says it, I'll say it.
Definitely.
Hey, John, what'd you have for number 2?
Number 2, and a lot of people can relate to this one, especially if you was a partier or drinker. Cold Gin,
Oh,
1974, off their Kiss album. Ace Frehley sang it.
All right, I'm about to be sacrilegious, but I do like Cold Gin, just not from Kiss. I like it from Death Angel, their cover of it. So any Kiss
And
fan
you
will
don't-
think I'm
you're not even-
sacrilegious.
You're not even the biggest cover fan, other than
Yeah.
he likes your version of Loverboy better than Loverboy.
yeah,
I do. And I
Yeah.
really don't like covers too much.
Okay.
But it's got to be really
don't like
good to
covers.
stand out. That was actually on one of our episodes.
What's that? What I say? I don't like covers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched your video like 10 times because it's so amazing. And what I like about your version, it's heavier and no keyboards.
Yep, exactly. It totally has a different feel and vibe to it. That's what I noticed.
Mhm.
You made it your
It
own
does.
song. Like it fits you guys.
Yeah, and it goes over well. We've played it live a number of times. People just see it fits, slides right in nicely into our set.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm not a cover fan, so you guys outdid yourself on that one.
Yeah, it was all Chip. It wasn't us. I can't. We performed on it, but it was all Chip's idea.
All right, Trex, what'd you have for number 2?
Number 2. This was already mentioned, but not on the list. Let's put the X and Sex off of Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits, 1988.
It is a good song.
So
I
good.
love that song when it first came
So
out.
good.
All right, my number 2. I can't believe nobody said this one yet. Calling Dr. Love. Rock and
Oh,
Roll Over, 1976. I love that song.
Yes.
All right, Sam, now here's a hard one for you. What's your favorite one? Your number 1 Kiss song.
the number one Kiss song, and it's like, do I go with Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day? Is that what, like, because if anybody asks, that's the song. You've heard it a million times, and it'll still get. I'll go with it. You know what? I will go with it because we used to close every show with it, and we'd invite like all the opening bands. Like when we do headlining shows, we'll invite all the opening bands up on stage, and just to do this last song, this last big hurrah, this party song, and sure as that, the whole place lights up. Everybody goes crazy. Everybody knows it. The proof is right there. That is one of the greatest songs I've ever written in the history of rock and roll.
Yeah, when you think of Kiss, that's the song you think of.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not for a while.
All right, John, what'd you have for number 1?
Well, this is another I kind of feel like it spoke to me and stuff. And thing is if you've been in fights or been in brawls, this is it. War Machine, 1982.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a heavy one.
Heavy.
Yeah, yeah, boy.
You said that was
Yeah,
off of
fight-
Revenge? Was that off of Revenge?
Creatures of the Night.
Oh, because I know Revenge was their heavy album.
Taz, the wrestler, that used to be his theme song back in ECW days. So that shows you how heavy that song is.
The Creatures of the Night is probably one of their heaviest albums.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They say the story is that like the narrative is that Creatures of the Night is like a bookend to the Makeup Years, and it's like the heaviest album they put out at the Makeup Years. And then when they took off the makeup, they'd lick it up and they had all these records. And then Revenge is like the bookend of the non-Makeup Years, the heaviest record. And if you look back at it, this is diving in really deep. But on I think the first single off Creatures of the Night was I Love It Loud, which is a Gene song. And then if you go to Revenge, the first single off Revenge was Unholy, which is a Gene song. So there's like a direct correlation. I don't know if they did it intentionally or not, but you looking back at it, you can kind of see like the heavier records kind of lead off with Gene's songs.
Yeah.
You can tell Gene's songs of his writing because he mostly talked about sex, and he's like that's every one of his songs. It's always about sex.
Yeah.
All the Kiss songs are about sex, though. Right. Paul Stanley's is too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But interesting. Chex, tell him who what your favorite is of all of them.
It's same as your on your list, Strutter.
Oh,
that was always like when I first heard that album. That was the only song I liked on the album, and I was like, I'm not a Kiss. The reason I'm not a Kiss fan is because when we were growing up, all the older kids were Kiss and AC/DC. Like, and then we changed to like Motley Crue, to Rat. Rat is my favorite band, and Iron Maiden and stuff. Like our music shifts, and I just could not stand because every kid was like AC/DC and Kiss.
Well, tell him who you like better than Kiss. You know where I'm going with this. No Ace Frehley solo.
Oh yeah, I like Frehley's Comet better. Yep, I was
gonna say
Frehley's Comet
2000 Man. Yeah.
I like anything he done because Trouble Walking was a good album. That was his song.
I love the Comet.
Yeah, the first Freddie's Comet was pretty awesome. I didn't like much after that, but that first
Aaron used to tease me. He'd be like, you're the only one I know that likes Freddie's Comet over Kiss.
We played with them. We played with Frehley's band at Rocklahoma. They went on right before us, and they were great, incredible dudes. And I was like, this is incredible. We're playing the same stage as Ace Frehley. They're playing. They got like the premier time slot, and then we went on afterward. But it's still really cool to be there and be that.
Too bad Rick's not here because he had a good story about Ace Frehley too, when he met him at a meet and greet. And that would have been great for you guys to share stories about Kiss.
I love it. It's only a matter of time.
Yep.
My number one, which John mentioned, Love Gun, 1977.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably my favorite Kiss song of all time.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah. All right, how about some honorable mentions? I'm sure you got a lot of these.
Nobody mentioned anything off The Elder. I don't know why. Nobody mentioned anything off Unmasked.
What you got for you got any honorable mentions? I'm sure you do.
Oh yeah, what is and I always forget what the name of the song is, but it's the lead off of Alive 2, the first song off Alive 2, and I believe it's the first song off Love Gun. But it's like, in Detroit Rock City, they put the record on and like skips and it locks the turntable and the mom's going fucking crazy and they're just like, ah.
Yeah.
I can't ever remember what the title is.
Well, I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up on Kiss Alive 2. It says Detroit Rock City is the first song.
What's the first song on the second side?
Hold on, they got it like
one, like a CD where it's just one side.
Yeah. Let me check it out on Wikipedia, see what it says.
But the one I do really love, and this one's it always gets shifted to the back, but it's like, you really like my limo.
Oh yeah, do you love me or come and love me?
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, see, I love both those songs. I get them confused. Do You Love Me and Come On, Come On to Love Me? Yeah, I like both those. Yeah, that is a really good song.
That was like one of those you listen to as a kid. You're like, you really like my 7-inch leather heels. I'm like, fuck, that's so good.
No doubt. You got any other ones?
Oh man, I could do this all day. And the weird Kiss we're like keep rotating in these Kiss circles. But the guy that mixed our brand new record, Never Beg for It, his name's Chris Steinmetz. He lives in Chicago. He's got the studio called Stonecutter Studio. Well, he was the engineer on Revenge. So like, I'm like, this is incredible. We're like listening. So we would listen to Revenge. So Take It Off, what is it? Unholy, I Just Wanna. All those songs off Revenge. I'm like, our album's going to sound like this. This is the coolest thing ever. And then we went into a studio and he had this Marshall stack that Gene and Paul had given him for mixing and mastering Revenge. And we just kind of stared at it and we're like, whoa, that's the Marshall stack that Gene and Paul gave. So I love like Revenge. I just listened to it like crazy.
Yeah, that was a great record.
Mm-hmm.
I had a couple honorable mentions. Here's a deep cut. $1 Million to One off of Lick It Up.
Okay.
Vinnie Vincent wrote that one.
I was hoping we'd get some Vinnie Vincent talk.
We're
opening for Slaughter in a couple weeks.
See, I like
Really?
Slaughter.
Yeah.
That'd be a good
I
score with
love-
you and Slaughter.
I love Vinnie Vincent's Invasion's first record. It's so insane. I mean, that guitar playing, it's just
So
crazy.
good.
Yeah.
And another
That whole
one
album.
where it just happened and history was made, just weeks ago when they played, that Vinnie Vincent made an appearance at Creatures Fest in Nashville with Bruce Kulick and then Ace Frehley. They all joined each other, all three guitar players on stage. And Floyd was there. Pretty Boy Floyd was there. They said it was the coolest thing ever.
That's awesome.
No doubt.
Nice.
John, Trek, you probably don't have any honorable mentions,
Not
do you?
really. I'll get one.
What do you got?
I'm
I like Black Diamond.
Yes.
Yes, off Kiss's 1974 album. Oh, dude, that's a pretty heavy song itself for that one, for a year. But yeah, I like it.
And I was talking to one of my buddies about this. I go, well, yeah, this footage was just unearthed of Kiss playing, right? But we've seen Kiss play live a million times, but it still hooked me in, and I had to watch it. And I go, you knew what was going to happen as soon as they started. Okay, Firehouse starts, it's going to blow fire. I got to watch it. Black Diamond starts, it's the levitating drum riser. I got to watch it.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome.
Peter, I loved his drumming.
Mhm.
Oh man,
I see, like, I've only seen Kiss one time, and it was on the Hot and Shade tour.
Cool.
So Eric Carr was on drums, which that was cool
really
to see
cool.
him. Yeah. So I never got to see the original lineup. I've seen them all, like I've seen Peter Criss solo, I've seen Ace Frehley solo, but I've never seen them with the makeup. I've never seen the four together. But it was cool seeing Eric Carr.
How good was that tour?
It was really good. I remember it was supposed to have been Faster Pussycat and Slaughter open up.
Yeah.
But Faster Pussycat didn't play. Little Caesar played instead. They were good. But I mean, that was 30 years ago. I don't remember much of it. I mean, but it was a good show. My only Kiss experience. So
The single off that one, Rise to It, great song.
yeah,
yeah, another good one's Deuce.
Deuce. Yeah.
That's off her 1974 album as well. She's got the deuce.
Shout it out loud.
Yes, that's a good one too.
Flaming Youth.
Yeah.
Off
Yeah, I
Destroyer.
don't even know that one.
Yeah, it's a deep one off Destroyer.
Or you got like Mr. Speed.
That's what we call Jimmy. Jimmy Mess. That's his favorite song. Our drummer. He'll play Mr. Speed over and over and over. He's like, what do you think that means? I'm so fast. That's why they call me Mr. Speed.
No
Why do they say that? I don't understand. I need to know more.
I have one, and it's because back in the 90s
Oh, that was a good one.
when the radio station would play, like this new radio station in Columbus came out in 92, or the Blitz, and they would play this song over and over off the Revenge album, Domino.
Domino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
just
that's a good
it just
song.
grew on me because it played all the time.
I got a cat, like my cat sitting back here, a super old cat. His name's Domino as well. For that
Name him
reason.
after the song.
Yep.
Yeah, you know your deep tracks. You definitely know some Kiss. Like, I mean, I know like more of the mainstream. So even the mainstream songs are like on the Kiss Alive. I don't know that one that well, but I can name some album, some song on obscure like
Yeah.
no, like track number 10 off of like some random album or whatever. But Tears Are Falling.
It's a great ballad.
Yeah, I always like that
80s ballad. Paul Stanley, like I'm such a Paul Stanley fan. The way he writes, the way he performs, and the outlook on the band, and the way he kind of kept it rolling through the 80s with all these bigger ballads and these beautiful songs. Really, I think the way he is, like we talked about, kind of between him and David Lee Roth, the way these guys entertain and bring the show and bring the creativity. I can't get enough of.
Yes, you don't see much of that anymore.
You don't.
Like that was what's so good about you guys, because I mean most bands like even back to the 90s. Man, I love stuff like Korn and stuff. Kind of stand there and play their music, but like you put on the show. That's what rock and roll is supposed to be about.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. You really take that lesson from like Guns N' Roses or the Rolling Stones. Like it's supposed to be dangerous and unpredictable, and you never really know what's going to happen. It's not supposed to be running tracks and it's the same show every night. That's not what the Midnight Devils is all about. It's about the unpredictability of it.
Yeah. Any other honorable mentions?
How about Room Service off of Dress to Kill?
Great song.
Yes. And we all know what that was all about.
Yeah, it's saying it without saying it. That's what I love. And really, AC/DC and Kiss and Van Halen were like the best at saying those things. Where you can listen to Steel Panther, and while I know like what they're doing, they go out and they just lay it on the table and say it. Where Kiss and AC/DC, you kind of have to connect the dots. But I like that.
Yeah.
That's good writing, though. I like that style of writing where it's like suggestive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say here's one, like it's one of their biggest hits, but I kind of mentioned this, but Beth.
Yeah,
Just
I do
because,
like that.
once again, I love Peter Chris's voice.
I love ballads, so I do like that.
Yeah. I mean, that was like probably one of their biggest hits ever. It was kind of cheesy, I guess, but it was a good song.
Even though we've heard it a million times, if you think back to like the first couple times you heard it, and you realize that the first couple times you were in awe of how cool that song was.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I seen him, Eric Carr sang it live.
Cool. That is the coolest fucking thing ever.
Yeah, see that was cool.
Do you know the history of that song, though? Do you know the history of that song?
Oh yeah, of course. It was written about his
Peter
wife,
Chris's
Beck.
wife, Beck.
Yeah.
And Peter and Gene Simmons like, Beck? Everybody gonna think we're gay because of Jeff Beck, so he had to change it to Beth.
And it was part written by, I believe, a guy that was in Kiss prior to being Kiss. They were with Lester, but it was a guy named Steve Cornell or something close to that had helped Peter Criss write that song.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't want it about Jeff Beck. We got to change it to Beth.
Yeah, no doubt. But on the solo albums, a lot of people like the Peter Criss album.
Peter's album?
Yeah.
I see that's considered like the one of the worst records of all time.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
See, even he says that he's a Kiss fan. Like I love his voice, but but I like him with Kiss,
Yeah.
Well, you've seen him solo.
Yeah.
What was the solo shows like? Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, he did like a lot of the Kiss stuff was cool. Like, I seen him a couple of times. One show it was like they had about 15 local bands opening up, and they'd all come out and do like a different Kiss song, and then he'd come out and play like a full set of old Kiss stuff. It was pretty cool. That was when we had a scene here in Columbus. There's not much of a scene anymore.
Yeah. I remember seeing him at Del Villa.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were there together.
Yeah, remember what's his name? Headbanging to Beth.
Oh, Jeff.
That was funny. I've
And
never seen anybody do it.
I don't know if you've met, like, I've never gone to a meet and greet or done a VIP with Kiss or anything like that. But I've got to meet some of the guys in the band. And I met Paul Stanley. I was 17. My parents took us to Anaheim for the NAMM convention. Paul Stanley was making an appearance there. And I'm telling you, like, full makeup, Paul Stanley standing right there. I don't care who you are. It is the most awe-inspiring thing that just kind of leaves you at a loss for words, being like, well, this is the guy, you know, in the boots and the makeup and everything. It was something that I'll never forget. Blew my mind. And I met Gene Simmons the same day, a different kind of aura. He wasn't in makeup, he wasn't in character, but he still kind of had that presence surrounding him. But Paul Stanley in makeup, man, that was like the top for me.
Seemed like it'd be intimidating though.
Same with Dimebag though. I met him at the same NAMM convention, and it was right before, you know, the tragedy happened. But it was the same thing, where Dimebag was like, you were immediately like his friend. And no matter who you were, I never met the guy before, but he immediately took me in, shook my hand. I knew he was a Kiss fan, and like I was like, now we're best friends. We met.
Yeah. Okay. Now it happened where we live.
Yeah.
And that was the club he just mentioned that we saw Peter Criss at.
Yep.
Well, funny thing is I was supposed to go to that show, the Damage Plan show. Super Joint Ritual played like about a month before that. And we went to that, and he was the whole time he was kind of talking shit about Dimebag and all this stuff. And then they ended up playing in that December, and I was supposed to go, but I had to work that night. And a couple hours later, I was at work, and like this before cell phones, people's calling this. I worked at a Kroger, at a grocery store. People's calling the store like, I was making sure not at the Alrosa. We're like, what happened? It's like a bunch of people got shot and killed. And one of the guys' name was Aaron, and my buddy I work with was named Jeff, which was one of the guys named Jeff. So all they heard was Jeff and Aaron got shot. So my family and everybody's calling, freaking out, all the stuff, and it's like, and then even I lived in a small town. Even the cop came in the store and was like, "I'm just making sure you guys are not down Rosa because it's a big shootout." Then we found out not till like later on that night that it was actually Dimebag.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's so crazy. And I was supposed to go to that show. Man, that would have I'm glad I didn't, of course, but
it's one of those, you remember where you were, time and place. I remember where I was. I heard,
Yeah.
And then you had people selling, because the Columbus Dispatch, the newspaper, people are selling on eBay for like $100. I'm like, you're gonna make money off of this, man.
Yeah,
That's
terrible.
I work a carry out at that time, and that issue of the next morning issue, everybody was buying it by bundles, just trying to sell it, like making profit on a tragedy.
Terrible.
That's a shame. It just sucks because that was a good club too, and and it was never the same after that, and it's gone now. They sold it and tore it down. I mean, that club's been around since the early '70s. I've seen everybody there, and then after that, it's like bands don't want to play there anymore. And I mean, it's not the club's fault, but you can still understand, but yeah, it was tragedy.
And he was a big Kiss fan. All those guys were.
Oh yeah, he had a buried Kiss casket.
Yep, with the Eddie Van Halen Bumblebee guitar.
Yep.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
I got a feeling that you'll want to do an episode with Van Halen sometime, won't you?
Not me. It would be our guitar player, Chris. He would be the guy to talk to. I'm by proximity. I mean, I love Van Halen, but he's the guy. Like, he knows what I know about Kiss, except for
You
Van
think
Halen.
he'd do the show?
What's that?
You think he'd do the show?
Oh, he'd love to. He'll talk your ear off.
All right.
Sounds
He
good.
would love to.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll set up a
sure.
schedule for that.
He was so crazy about it. Like, when we were in LA, he woke up at the butt crack of dawn, left our beautiful hotel room to go walk around the streets to find Eddie's house, his childhood home, and then to find 5150 Studios. And it was like, to him, it was going to Graceland.
That's awesome.
So he
Hey,
probably
we'll
took
get
it hard.
We're getting close to running out of time.
No problem.
Sam, if you want to close us out, like you want to promote your social media and your new record.
Once again, it is a pleasure and honor to be here and just to be talking with you guys, talking about Kiss, talking about rock and roll. I think is the coolest thing ever. And label me a nerd if you will, but I can't get enough of it. Sam Spade here from the Midnight Devils. Go to themidnightdevils.com. Our new album just dropped on July 1st. It's called Never Beg For It, produced by Chips Enough, released on Pavement Entertainment. You can go buy a signed copy. You can stream it on any of the streaming platforms on the internet, or just stop on our Facebook page, check out our new video for the single Working for the Weekend, or catch us on tour, crossing the country anytime, day or night.
Sounds good. Anybody else? All right.
You want to sign us out, Sam, with our catchphrase?
Is it pick 5? Is that right?
No,
5 and out.
5 and out.
All right.
Gentlemen, I've been talking.
Thanks so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking for the last hour about the hottest band in the world. You're listening to the hottest podcast in the world. Take 5. That's not right. I didn't do it right. Give it to me.
Hey, it's called Take 5. So
Oh, I
you got it
right. Hey, let me do it again. Edit that out.
If you've seen our videos, we don't edit anything out.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Warts and all. I like it. Here we go.
Yeah.
Back 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Take 5. And right now, I think I need to take about 10. I hope you enjoy this podcast. My name's Sam Spade from the Midnight Devils, and it's been a pleasure and an honor talking all things rock and roll with you.
Thank you. 5 and out.
All right. 5 and out. Have a good day, man.
5 and out.
Hey, real quick, anytime you want to come back on, promote anything, or just hang out, let us know, man. Like Trex, you got his number. Just if you have a topic you want to talk about, if you want to do another Kiss, favorite tour, anything you want to do, man, just hit us up.
You guys got it, man. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming on. It's been awesome.
Hey, and make sure if you guys don't have, do you guys have the CD yet?
I don't have the actual CD, but I mean, I have a copy of it.
Okay. Well, somebody send me their mailing address, and I'll get like 3 of them shipped off.
All right.
Oh,
I'll send you mine.
I'll ship it to you guys.
Thanks.
All right.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, man.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Like I said, we got an album for sale. In about 15 minutes, we're going to be sitting there right over there. Anything you buy tonight goes directly in the gas tank of our van to get us to Detroit, Michigan tomorrow. And you know what? Pretty Boy Floyd is riding in the same van as us. Can you even fucking... So... The album is called Something Bigger, all right?